what's up, people? My name is WestRoadSal, and today we're going back. We're going back to what we do best, as of late. We're going back, reviewing wrestling. Today, we're reviewing WWE No Mercy 2007. Now, first thing you noticed when you pick up this DVD, wherever you buy it, if you buy it at a garage sale, you buy it at a store, right? You look at the back of this DVD. Oh, man. Okay. And you see, right off the bat, 3 matches. First match, Randy Orton vs. Triple H. Okay, that's fine. That's a good match, you think, right? Of course. Boom, Triple H vs. Umaga. He's in 2 matches. Okay, I'll take that. Last match on the card. Triple H vs. Randy Orton. Again. And you think it's an error. You think it's an error. Nope. They actually have Triple H in 3 matches. John Cena was injured, legitimately injured. So I think they panicked, and they were like, "Oh, what are we supposed to do now, right?" So let's get into it, and I'll explain. First, there you go. Okay. So, Mr. McMahon and William Regal head to the ring. First thing off, the pay-per-view starts. Boom, they head toward the ring. Mr. McMahon says, "We're gonna guarantees a new champion and a championship match tonight." Now, crowd's chanting Y2J during this whole thing. They get shot down time after time after time again. Mr. McMahon names Randy Orton the new WWE champion. Randy Orton challenges anybody in the backstage. Triple H music hit, bam, he comes out, and he's saying, he's intimidating Mr. McMahon. He's like insulting. Mr. McMahon goes nuts, and he says, "Okay, there's a match." Randy Orton and William Regal go nuts, but because he's getting embarrassed, he has to go all the way, you know. So right off the bat, from that little promo, we have Randy Orton vs. Triple H for the WWE Championship. Now it's a slow match. There's storytelling in this match. Orton going over first. Nice moves in this match. You got a nice clothesline spot. Orton really sells it too from Triple H. There's a nice suplex as well. Crowd's really into this match. It's usual shtick you would see on Raw or SmackDown, but it's got some good spots in it. Super fast roll-up pin by Triple H. You didn't even know it was coming. You didn't even know who won it first. They did it so fast, you know. So it was a usual match. I mean, there was good spots, but nothing you would see on Raw or SmackDown. So 3 out of 5. There was no finishers in this match, none at all. There was no RKO. There was no pedigree. So it was like, it was crazy. Just a quick roll-up pin from Triple H for the win. 3 out of 5. I mean, it was a good match, but so-so, you know. Triple H was celebrating so much, but there was no finishers at all from either 2 of them. It's a quick roll-up pin. That's why. And Orton was freaking out, obviously. Next match, which was not on the back of the DVD. They should really put on the back of the DVD, but I could see why. It wasn't a great match. Jeff Hardy, Paul London, Brian Kendrick versus Trevor Murdoch, Lance Cade, and Mr. Kennedy. Now, Jeff Hardy's the Intercontinental Champion, but he doesn't come to the ring with the Intercontinental belt. It's a little funny that way. London and Kendrick, they come to the ring wearing green, purple, like very loose pants. They look like circus performers. I don't know if that was their gimmick back then, but it actually looked like they worked for a circus. Trevor Murdoch, he really worked stiff, you know. He did. I can remember him as a good wrestler, but in this match, he just really looked stiff, you know. Really quick tag to this match, one after the other. I don't even know if wrestlers were in for like 2 minutes, you know. Ref's a fighting rep. He's all up in their faces, like when they're in their corner too long. He actually goes in there and like pulls them out, and they really get angry. There was a botched center drop by Hardy on his head, which it looked nasty. Hardy hyping up attacking by walking on the barricade. I remember this. He walks on the barricade wall to try to get Trevor Murdoch, which is at the ring. He goes off the barricade. He misses Trevor Murdoch completely. And he hits his head on the floor. And the announcers have to obviously say that it was botched somehow because they could not sell that as hitting at all. They actually said it was like, what did Taz say? Taz said, he said something like a botch, but in storyline ways, you know. Kennedy rescues this match because this match was like botch after botch after botch. It was just really bad. Kennedy at least rescues this match with a nice, brutal finisher. But overall, it was a pretty bad match. I mean, Jeff Hardy's in there. Brian Kendrick, Paul London are in there. I don't know if it was the bad guys, heels, but 2.5 out of 5. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't a great match. The next match we have, oh my god, this was horrible. This was just horrible. Big Daddy V versus CM Punk. Now they're in like 3 minutes into this match. Literally 3-4 minutes. You can count them when you watch the DVD, if your DVD has a timer on the bottom. Matt Striker, he comes out with Big Daddy V. During this match, 3-4 minutes in, like I said, Matt Striker comes into the ring, hits CM Punk on the back once. That's it, and leaves. And the match is a disqualification. CM Punk wins, and he leaves just like that. And then Big Daddy V just pummels on him. Like, he does, I think, like 5 elbow drops. You know he's a big fat guy, right? He does 5 elbow drops consistent, and CM Punk is led out of the ring with 2 refs, and he's gushing blood from his mouth. Now, I don't know if that was a capsule or he was really gushing blood, but that was just, it was awful, really, because you see CM Punk on any card, the way he is, like the promos that he's pulled today. You see CM Punk on any card, and you think, oh, it's going to be a great match. This match was just plain awful. Just plain awful. 3-4 minutes in the match, you got a disqualification. So I have to give the match. I never done this before. 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. Next, we go out of one bad thing right into another pot of seeming, you know what? Matt Hardy MVP pizza eating contest. Yep, I said a pizza eating contest. Now, hosted by Taz. I don't need to tell you nothing. This is not a match. This is just a contest for eating pizza. Matt Hardy wins 2-0. That's all, because it's just a waste of time. Triple H versus Umaga now, because Mr. McMahon said he still had to compete even though he was in one match already. Now, I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but Umaga, in all his matches, he comes out with no socks, no shoes, no nothing. Barefoot. It's pretty unique. Umaga, in the beginning of the match anyway, Umaga always coming back from Triple H's blows. First pedigree, flipped, then spinebuster from Triple H. But he comes right back from that. He no-sells that. Comes right back, starts beating on Triple H. Keeps beating on Triple H. One pedigree, all of a sudden, came back Triple H, match is over. 3.5 out of 5. Better than watching the match, but not by much. It was 3.5. What I rate the Randy Orton match? 3? This was 3.5. It was better, but not fantastic, you know? Okay. Finlay versus Rey Mysterio now. A fight to be #1 contender for a World Heavyweight Championship. 10 punch. Rey Mysterio was going 10 punches on Finlay, right? He stops at 6 because this is, I think it was the same aggressive referee from the 3-on-3 match. He looks like he really stares at this referee. He wants to beat up the referee. You can it was intimidating for the ref. I think the ref took 5 steps back. He really looked like he wouldn't beat up the ref because the ref was pulling him away. But usually they're let to do the 10 punch. I don't know why the ref was so bad on that. Finlay was really using the ring as a weapon. I don't know if that was one of his techniques. He was using the ring apron to put it. Oh, excuse me, drinking this tea. He puts it over Mysterio's face, and he just starts beating on his face. And then he uses of course, he uses the ring turnbuckles to rush Mysterio into them. You know, Mysterio can fly really well here, though. It's not like today where he can't even do his finisher correctly anymore. He can actually do his moves, you know. Finlay really aggressive here, really mean as usual. Good spot by Mysterio. I remember this. Finlay on the second rope, leaning in right off the top rope, Mysterio ran and hit Finlay. Finlay was standing on the ring ropes, right? Mysterio rushes. Finlay falls back, hits his head, pops back up like a real bad thud, and this prompts the referee storyline. You know, this doesn't really happen on camera. If it really does, the referee goes like this. for the medical personnel. Finlay's faking it all. They put him on the table, put the neck brace. They start to go up the ring, the ring ramp. Finlay all of a sudden gets up with the neck brace on, and just starts going brutally, beating up Mysterio. Disqualification match is over. This match was good up until the end. I really want to see a winner though. So 3 out of 5. Nice push in the heel, even though the emergency medical scene really dragged everything. It was really slow, that thing. Next match we got Beth Pheonix versus Candice Michelle for the women's championship. Candice Michelle was the champion. Beth Pheonix looks much different, sparkly clothing, and she had a tiara which stayed on the whole match. It was crazy. A lot of submissions were used in this match. It wasn't a normal match like you see on the Divas match like now. They actually knew, like they were actually wrestling technically, you know. Candice Michelle's punches and kicks, you could really tell she was like really like going at it lightly. Like she was like, this was a Beth Pheonix tail, this was Candice Michelle's fist. Not even punching it. Slow finisher. She actually she took a long time. Beth Phoenix's finisher back then anyway was a cradle suplex. She took like 2 hours to take this woman up and then throw it backwards, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah. No reaction from the crowd whatsoever. She wins the title from Candice Michelle. No reaction from the crowd. Even the post-match interview where she's interviewed by Michael Cole right outside the ring, right after the match. No crowd reaction. 2.5 out of 5. I mean, it was a little better than the standard Divas match we see now, which is crap, by the way. Next, we have the 2 main events. Now, first we got Batista versus the Great Khali in a Punjabi prison match. Yes, Punjabi prison match. Two bamboo things surrounding the ring. One inner, one outer. There are 4 gates on each side of the ring. On each side of the ring, and the wrestlers can tell the refs to hold up like the little gates to get out, but it can only be for a minute. Once the minute is over, the gates are closed permanently. So they're selling these gates like these gates are open one by one, and they're struggling to get out. And they obviously can't. But so they have to climb to the top of the cage. Khali actually climbs the inner fence, which I was really surprised at. He actually worked in this match. He climbs the outer cage, but Batista realizes that he's going to lose, and Great Khali's, believe it or not, is on the outer second wall, and Batista actually jumps from the inner fence to the outer fence, and then once he's on the outer fence, Khali is really slow, by the way. I'm telling you all this, Khali is not even moving an inch. Batista's on the outer fence. He basically slides down. Khali doesn't do this because obviously the whole fence will break. So this match was a 3.75 out of 5. Never rated a match before like that in my reviews. Not much fighting here. They was basically just struggling. So it was a good match though, but obviously Great Khali is a big guy. He can't do a big variety of moves here. So it was pretty good how they did this match. They actually did this match to like Khali and Batista's advantages, you know. So it was a good match. It wasn't the best match on the card. This last match was really good. Triple H versus Randy Orton. Triple H's 3rd match. Now, you could see why the last 2 Triple H matches were not great. He was saving all his energy for this one. Triple H versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton is the challenger. Triple H is the champion. He beat Randy Orton at the beginning of the pay-per-view. Last man standing match. Now, they use weapons. They use everything in the book. There's enormous table spots. You know. Now, before I get into the spots of the match, I want to tell you how it ends. Triple H is struggling to get up after Randy Orton actually does an RKO on the table, and the table doesn't break. So they actually use that point to sell across how brutal this RKO was. That the table didn't break, so he actually got more damage from it. Triple H is barely trying to get up. He's trying to get up. Counts 10. Randy Orton wins. He's basically, I think, on one leg. He's like struggling to get up. There was a normal spot. I couldn't even tell you the amount of spots in this match without going 15 minutes on this review. Man, spots after spots. There's an RKO into a chair. Triple H is bleeding, but he still gets up. Triple H, Randy Orton's trying to give him an RKO before the last move. Triple H fails. Randy Orton runs on the second table and literally breaks his back because the table collapses, and you can really feel this brutal moves. The beginning of this match, though, there was a side note. The camera caught this. There was a guy in the crowd. He just stands up, does the Hulk Hogan move where it tears his shirt apart. That was actually quite funny. Crazy moves. Triple H, he actually got his head hit with the steel steps, and then there was one. I remember this. After that, a little while after that, Triple H gets a hold of the steel steps, and he gets them. He pulverizes it into Randy Orton's head, and now I don't know if they actually sold this well or it actually was a brutal move, but you could hear the thud, and it really looked bad. Really looked menacing. This match, you have to watch this match to believe it. I can't tell you all the things that happened in this match. It's really good. 4.5 through 5 out of 5. Now, I don't want to rate it a 5 because then you people will yell at me if you don't think it was good as I did. But now, I want to say that this pay-per-view was solid. I mean, Candice Michelle versus Beth Pheonix was stupid. CM Punk versus Big Daddy V was stupid. Rey Mysterio versus Finlay was okay. The Randy Orton versus Triple H, the first one, was mediocre. The three matches that were solid on this card were Mysterio Finlay, Triple H Umaga, and Triple H Randy Orton. 50% of this pay-per-view was good. So I want to give this whole show, a 4. 4 out of 5. The whole pay-per-view. Because the last match was really stellar. So, thanks for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and